I just thought I'd share an incident that happened to me today, because when I realized what happened, it just blew my mind. Yesterday I put up the video, very innocent video, defending the Eucharist. Our Lord said to me, 2016, renew the Eucharist. Didn't give me a big blueprint, didn't send me a book. This is what you do, but he's kind of been leading me, forming me, helping me over the last number of years. And as much as possible, I've been trying to guide myself, or what has been the tradition, practice, what the saints have said. And one saint in particular, John Paul II, his writings, his magisterium, we hold him up as a saint. He's been canonized as a saint, and he spoke about the Eucharist. He spoke about devotion and how we should respect him, how we physically should respect our Lord. Anyway, as I did that video yesterday, we went to the men's prayer group, and I came out of the men's prayer group and I saw thousands of people watching it. I said, okay, that's interesting. And then this morning I woke up and I said, wow, I think the guts of 5,000 people have watched the whole video, the whole 30-minute video. And I was looking at the discussions going on there, because you feel discussion, and I'm well able to take the discussions back and forth, the criticisms, like people in both camps, people saying, I only receive in the hand, and the church has permitted it, and you're causing division, and this, that, and the other. And I see other people going the other comments, and that's okay. I knew there was going to be discussion, but I just thought it was very sad that it's me, a layman, driving the discussion, and not the ministers of the Eucharist, our Pope, our priest, and our bishop. And to be clear, the current Pope has allowed a completely different course as regards Eucharistic reverence. And it has been allowed. He has promoted Cardinal Roche, he has promoted other bishops, Supich and so forth. He has promoted, that has allowed a different approach to the Eucharist. That isn't judging the Pope, that is just stating what we see coming out of the Vatican. So I was formed under John Paul II. I was a seminarian in Rome. We were in the Vatican. We were taught Eucharistic reverence. We were taught if we're getting communion from the Pope. And I just was walking into work today, into my nice job, supply chain, dealing with issues in SAP. People know me, know my job. And I was walking into work, and I said, I was just kind of in this kind of depressed state, in a sense. I was a bit despondent going into work this morning, and anyway, Our Lady says, I'm going to send you a rose. And this was exactly 8:30 this morning, walking into work. I'm going to send you a rose. And I was there walking. I can vividly remember walking into work, clocking in, and thinking, now I'd be fascinated to see how this rose arrives to me. As a man, like, more chance of a woman getting a rose, but me getting a rose. I'm going to send you a rose. And I was wondering, how is this going to play out? Or if it even was going to play out. Is it my own imagination sending me this message? But vividly, Our Lady saying, I'm going to send you a rose. I got home from work and opened the post box. And in the post box, there was a mortgage increase, as you do get. The mortgage has increased. Not that I have a massive mortgage, but I've been changed mortgage providers. The bank that I used to be with has closed down in Ireland, and they've moved me to another bank. And this new bank has increased my mortgage by €100, seemingly by mistake. So I'll have to ring them up. And I was there looking at this letter from the bank when I got home. I said, do I need more? No. And then I opened another letter, and it was a mass bouquet from Medjugorje, and from a friend out there. And I was just looking at it, and I said, that's great. I got a mass set, but I didn't take much notice of it. I'm sorry to say it. I didn't. I didn't. I was there thinking about the mortgage increase instead of, it was beautiful, but it just didn't register me. Anyway, my wife went out to drop the kids away and I went up for a nap and woke up and Our Lady said, did you get the bouquet? I said, I didn't get any roses. What is this thing about roses? Like, what is going to happen? What is happening here? Anyway, I go down and I go down to the kitchen and I pick up the card again. And I'm looking at the card and Our Lady says, did you see the roses? And of course, it's a bouquet. It's a bouquet from Medjugorje. It's a bouquet of roses from Medjugorje. And it says, I won't read out the name, but it says, Robert Nugent and family, a mass will be offered for the above named persons. So a good friend of mine, sent me a card from Medjugorje, a bouquet, which has roses here, and Our Lady. Sometimes we doubt, and I am absolutely sure. That Our Lady is guiding us and holding us, because I really need to give this message. I know people have all of their thoughts and they talk about Medjugorje, but for me it was a real encounter with Our Lady. She took me by my arm and she has taken other people by their arm. I've literally seen it. She asked me to come back to Medjugorje, to Ireland, and to organise a prayer group in Carnan Shrine, Our Lady of Carnan Shrine. And literally the first man that came there, he's gone to Medjugorje and he knows who he is and he understands what I'm talking about. Our Lady is a real mother. A real mother. She loves her son. And a mother likes to tidy the house. She likes, to be on good behaviour when people come around. You know how your mother acts. Us Irish know our mothers. Be in good behaviour. And how would she act when her son arrives? How would she prepare a meal for him? How would she want us to respect him at Mass? Do you think she would want the body of her son picked up like a cookie and sometimes lost under pews? Remember the adoration in Derry. We were all adoring, all of us, 800 to 1,000 men, adoring our Lord in adoration for 3 hours in Derry. And remember that man that found that host underneath the seat at Mass that evening. And I suppose it's Our Lady sending me the sign. I know it is. She wants us to renew faith in the Eucharist, in the real presence of her body. She wants us to become like her son, to become deified like him, to be him, to become like him, to become his adopted brothers and sisters, adopted children of the Father. This is what Our Lady is doing. And I've thought about this. It's not about dividing the church. It's about being united around the Eucharist. Many people are saying, I prefer this, I prefer communion in the hand. I've seen it in so many in the comments. Why not ask what Our Lady prefers? Why not ask what heaven prefers? If you look at Fatima, the angel came to the children and prostrated himself in front of the Eucharist. How we physically respect the Eucharist is witness. Our Lord sees this, Our Lady sees this, and people see. And I suppose we want to give this message again and again and again. Our Lady is a real mother. She's a real mother. She like she said to me this morning. And the strange thing is, she said it to me at the exact moment, because I know when the postman arrives from our house. He usually arrives after I leave. And I come back in the evening, or if I'm leaving late for work, he'll arrive. So she sent me the message at the exact time this was being delivered to my house, saying, I will send you a rose. And reminding me in the evening, I sent you a whole bouquet. Did you not see what I sent, Robert? Like, wake up. Roses, Medjugorje, Our Lady. How many signs do you want? The Mass. What have I said? And because I tell you, I have never received one of these in my life. You know, when my father dies, yes, when my parents, they give you a mass card, but nobody has ever offered a mass up for me like this person did. And it's strange. Yesterday, Our Lady called me and she says, can you do something for a specific man? Can you do, and I don't want to go into details, but it was like, call this man and make sure he's looked after, give him a hug, and this man will know who I'm talking about. And someday it'll all be written down, because Our Lady is such an amazing mother. And I just want to give this encouragement to people. I don't want to divide the church. You know, when I woke up this morning, I saw the comments. I said, I don't want to divide the church. But you know, if one saint, a literal saint, an actual saint that I met, that gave me communion, encouraged us to reverence the Eucharist in this way. A saint, canonized by the present Pope, encouraged us to reverence the Eucharist in a certain way. Encouraged us to kneel and receive him on the tongue. And, you know, and you read through all of the literature and the magisterium of John Paul II. He had a long pontificate. And you read his last encyclical, Ecclesia de Eucharistia. You know, okay, guys, like, where are we going in the church if we can't respect that tiny, tiny moment to receive our Lord, to dispose ourselves to receive our Lord? Confess, you know, dispose our soul, prepare our soul, clean the house. Our Lady wants us cleaning the house of our soul in order to receive her Son, who's coming to stay with us in our house, in our heart. Clean house. Most people don't go to communion, don't even know what they're receiving. They don't know what they are receiving. They don't know. You know, it's heaven couldn't be more clearer with me in guiding me and asking me to renew the Eucharist. And I repeat, I'm the biggest sinner, you know, in the sense that I know my sins. You know, I'm not the perfect person. That's why I need our Lord even more, because I can't progress without our Lord. It's He. If anything I've done, it's our Lord doing this, not me. Not me, you know. So I just wanted to give this encouragement to people. And I just want to thank that man that in Medjugorje that sent this card. Our Lady had some plan in doing that and asking it to arrive today. I just thought it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre. You know, I was fascinated. Now, how is this rose going to arrive to me? I'd be absolutely fascinated. Of course, it was the rose of the Eucharist arriving to me. Because remember in Lumen Gentium 11, the Eucharistic sacrifice. Look it up. You know, Second Vatican II had a lot of beautiful teachings. You know, I do encourage people to read Lumen Gentium. It's, you know, we can criticize it, but a lot of people, you know, read it. Lumen Gentium 11, the Eucharistic sacrifice, Sacrificium Eucharisticum, is font and culmen of our life. You know, if we hold it up, and we quote this so many times in the church, you know, it is the precious rose that Our Lady is giving to the world. You know, something so beautiful, her Son. And she wants house cleaned. I mean, by house cleaned, our souls clean. And she's not expecting us to do miracles. She's expecting us to do the minimum. She knows who we are. Clean house, prepare your house, prepare your soul, receive our Lord, kneel and receive him on the tongue. If she sent angel to Fatima to reverence to Eucharist, why wouldn't we do the same? Why would Our Lady would have done anything at Calvary? She would have done anything at Calvary. And I just want to give that encouragement to people. It's not about dividing the church. It's not about Robert Nugent wanting here to divide the church or whatever. It's about our Lord. It's about the Eucharist. Anyway, God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.